Make sure you are seated comfortably, your body relaxed. Close your eyes and focus your attention on your breath, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your lungs. Allow any tensions and worries to slip away, with each out-breath releasing all negativity. With each in-breath, drawing in purifying, clean air. Slowly let all outside concerns fade away. The space around you begins to darken as your attention moves inwards. Everything fades away, leaving only a quiet, peaceful darkness. You rest a moment in the darkness, feeling yourself safe and secure. The darkness spreads out in all directions, vast and silent. You rest within the great void, Ginunga Gap, the emptiness before creation, before the beginning of time and the birth of space. Within this void all things will come into being. In the very distance, on either side of you, you are aware of the realms of fire and ice, so far away you can barely perceive them. Through their union, force and form will come into being and the worlds will be set in motion. It is in this place that you will meet Kenaz. In the centre of the void you see a small light, a tiny spark of vitality. We will call the name of Kenaz 3 times to bring it into being. Through the power of our voices the spark of light transforms, glowing the bright orange of a flame and transforming into the shape of Kenaz. It grows larger and larger, shining brightly in the darkness, steadily moving towards you until it comes to a rest, waiting for you to enter. Slowly you pass through the rune and into the realm beyond. The room around you is illuminated only by the glow of firelight. The air is hot and heavy, filled with the ringing of a hammer beating upon metal. At the far end of the room you can see the smith, his mighty arms rising and falling as he works, the silhouette of his body outlined by the great furnace of the forge behind him. Your throat feels dry and your eyes sting. Seeing the smith swinging the hammer makes your own shoulder twinge in pain and your arms ache. It will be many years before your arms are as strong as his and your skills as sure. Upon a workbench before you are laid a number of iron nails, the product of your morning's work. You look ruefully over at the workbench beside yours, where the smith has laid a number of pieces for you to examine. Each one is of unsurpassed beauty, fashioned with delicacy and artistry from the finest of metals. You pick up a gold ring and trace the outline of a dragon which circles around the piece, its tail held in its fierce jaws. As you admire the dragon, your eye is drawn to the cruel burn on your hand, souvenir of your first year of apprenticeship. Its raised shape forms a Kenaz rune at the fold of your thumb and index finger. The smith said it was a rare blessing as he tended to the burn, but you suspect this was a way to keep your mind off the pain. You sigh and place the dragon ring back down upon the workbench. You promise yourself that one day you will make a piece as fine as the dragon. In the far corner of the smithy, an old skin hangs from the wall. As you reach to pick up the next piece, the skin falls from its hanging and you notice a small door behind it. At first your intention was merely to replace the skin upon its hook, but as you near the tiny door you notice that it is inset with a finely wrought Kenaz rune, shaped in flaming tendrils of gold, silver, and bronze. You trace over the beautiful metalwork with your fingers, and as you do so, it begins to glow, transforming from cold metal to living fire. The door before you swings inwards. You stoop down to pass through the door into the narrow tunnel beyond. The walls are cool, and you conclude that the tunnel must be carved into the hillside behind the smith's workshop. You wonder whether you should return, but the ringing of the smith's hammer remains steady, even though you know his sharp eyes will have spotted your departure from the workbench. You follow the tunnel. It is not long, and already you can see a dim light ahead which brightens as you approach. You are filled with wonder as you enter the perfectly round chamber at the end of the tunnel. It is filled with radiant light which emits from 6 torches set into the walls. Their light is strange, ethereal and unmoving, more like starlight than flame. The floor of the chamber is wrought in delicate metal inlaid with precious gems. Around the circumference of the room a bright dragon has been created, circling in upon himself just like the dragon on the smith's ring. The walls themselves are also inlaid. Intricate pictures have been wrought from the bright treasures of the earth. As you walk around the room, you see dwarves at work, transmuting the dark, rich earth into bright gems. You see a mighty smith, his legs short and withered, his face shining with the joy of his art. You see a woman weaving at an immense loom, drawing countless threads into her rich tapestry. You see a queen, heavy with child, held in the arms of her king as they look out over the kingdom they have created together. You see a hooded figure bent over an illuminated manuscript, runes flowing from the page and whirling outwards in all directions. You see a single figure holding a bright Kenaz rune in her outstretched hand. With the other, she points at the centre of the rune. You turn away from the intricate pictures upon the walls and look to the centre of the room. Although there is nothing there, you know what to do. Walking to the centre, you use your hand with a burn mark upon it to trace a Kenaz rune, singing the name of the rune as you do so. Kenaz. The rune forms in front of you, shining in radiant colour, joyful and splendid. As you gaze into its light, you see how its energy has already manifested in your life. You acknowledge the work you have done to forge your own destiny. You see your hands labouring to create your desires. You feel the hurt of failure and of plans gone wrong, and then the pride of learning from your mistakes and trying again and again until you achieve your goal. You see the things you have created in your life and feel the call of all the things you are yet to create. Power radiates from the Kenaz rune before you, bathing you in light, flowing through you. The power of transformation and creativity flows from your hands back into the rune, making it shine brighter and brighter. You let the Kenaz rune do its work, bringing illumination and enlightenment to you, filling you with the potential of creation, with the ability to forge. You know you will be able to call upon the power of the rune again whenever you have need. You let yourself be filled with this creative power. Slowly, the exchange of energy between you and the rune stills. Kenaz shines before you, radiant and beautiful. You silently give thanks to the rune and to the smith and to the secret chamber of Kenaz beneath the earth. Slowly you walk towards the radiant Kenaz rune and pass through it, feeling its power caress you as you pass out of the realm of Kenaz into darkness once more. Standing in the darkness, you give thanks to the rune for its lessons and energy. You watch as it fades away, leaving you in darkness, ready to return to your physical form. Slowly you let your attention return to your physical body, feeling the darkness around you start to fade. You let your awareness expand to the space around you as the darkness recedes. You feel yourself centered within your body, your attention focused on your physical presence, your breath and your heartbeat. The Kenaz rune has gone, and you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing yourself back to normal reality. Take your time, and when you are ready, open your eyes.